So I wanted to rant for a couple minutes. This is going to be a completely seemingly random topic, and of course I get a Walmart order right now, but I am doing driving on the side. So in the summer now I'm not teaching, I'm doing DoorDash, Uber, and Grubhub, just kind of whichever one has good orders. This morning did a Uber Eats order, went perfectly fine, really good payout, all that kind of good stuff. And I think enough people on YouTube make videos about specifics and orders and miles and all that. I'm not worried about trying to get all that out. What I think is more interesting is the absolute cluster of an order that I had second. So my second one was a Walmart order, which normally are ones that I avoid because they take more time, they usually don't pay out, and they usually have a lot of miles that you have to drive to do them. So usually not worth it. This one, the miles were good, the pay was good, it was a stacked order, which means two of them, but there wasn't a very high amount of items. So if the items are low, then it's just less time. You know, if there's some order that has 100 items, it's someone's entire groceries for a month, it's going to take a while to get it out of the car, and if you have to go to an apartment or something, then it becomes a big hassle. But if it's like 12, this one it was 10 items and 14 for two different ones, it was fine. Now, the problems arise when the order says the delivery was requested by the merchant, so the items are unknown. So I'm not able to see order A and order B, which specific items that they have. All I can see are the recipients' names and addresses. But on this kind of order, it's requested by the merchant, so I'm not able to see who has what. Normally you can, but sometimes you can't. It happens a lot. Chipotle is the other place where you'll see that sometimes, where it says this was ordered by the merchant, so we don't know what the items are. Whatever. To me, you know, that's the merchant's problem then if the order's messed up, because I can't see what's in the order. Now this one's a little bit more tricky, because then they tell you how many total items, which 10 and 14 obviously are not equal, but they're relatively close. So if I'm getting something that has a bag of stuff in it, all of those count towards the total of items. I'm not going to sit there and count those items. I'm going to assume that the people at Walmart put the order in my car correctly. This was not the case. You're going to have to listen to my blinker for a second because I'm in the turning lane. So while I was there, they put one in, when you have a double order, they put one in the trunk, one in the back seat. Perfectly logical, perfectly fine. And I did one the other day to where even on the DoorDash app, they said, order A is in the trunk, order B is in the back seat, and it tells you that on the DoorDash app. So even if the worker tells you something different, they marked it on their whatever phone or page or whatever their technology thing is that they have, and it tells me on the app. So then if I forget, it's on there. So it's idiot proof if they would like it to be. Unfortunately, this person did not want it to be idiot proof and decided to make it so convoluted that I would have had to mess up the order to have done it correctly. So what I mean by that is she put one order in the back seat, one in the trunk, and said the order for, or the poster board for this person is in the trunk. And that was it. And I'm a listener. Like, I try to listen well, I try to follow directions. And I think I've generally done a really good job of doing deliveries, but also just in life, following directions. That's why I'm here and not in a ditch somewhere, because I've made poor choices. I follow directions and I'm good at listening, at least to a point. So she said the order for this or the poster board for this person is in the trunk. I said, great. So naturally, I'm thinking the rest of the items are also in the trunk, especially because in that order there was 10 total items. Not very much, and based on the items that were in both of the orders, very, very, very easily able to fit in my trunk with amazing amounts of space. In the back seat, same thing. Order was very small, very easy to fit anywhere they want to put this order. Anywhere. They could have put it on my lap. Both, maybe not the 14 item one, but they could have put it in the passenger seat really comfortably and it would have been just fine. So, of course, if you figured out why things went wrong, the poster board for order A was with order B. The rest of the items were order B. Order A that was with the poster board was in my back seat. So I go to the first order. It's a no contact delivery. I set the orders where the person wanted them, and I leave. Now, thinking back on this, it makes perfect sense, but I didn't get to see what's in the second order. But this first order was really weird. You know, it was like, oh, you know, they wanted a cake and spray paint. Like, whatever. I'm not here to judge. The second order, I go to like this daycare place, and it's like cat food and a salad and like weird stuff. I'm like, and a poster board. Like, the poster board made sense. The rest of it didn't. I was like, whatever. Like, I'm not here to judge people, but I go and do this, and the second order is like, these aren't our items besides the poster board. And I'm like, that makes sense, but also like, I can't see which items are which. So I had to go off based on what the Walmart people say. And I'm like, Walmart, you know, messed up the order. So I had to call support, drive back to Walmart. Now, granted, Walmart's close to my house, so it's not out of the way to get to that Walmart. But I had to drive back to this Walmart, return the items that were for the cat food order. And the cat food, they're like, well, they're asking me like the wrong order. I'm like, I just want these items out of my car. Like, it's just cat food and a salad, and like, there's things that I don't care about having. And I was already like really annoyed that I'm essentially wasting time. Because even if I did this order and left, like, I would have already been home and been done with it and had a good payout. Because now I've made, I think, $7 less than I would have made if the order was done correctly. But return the order to Walmart, and it was just a absolute mess. So the first person got none of their correct items. The second person got a poster board, and that was it. So, and I got like $3 for driving the order back. But the person said the poster board for this order is in the trunk, and then but a different order with the poster board. And I can't see any of the items, and there's nothing on the app to specify this order is in the trunk or this order is in the back seat. Because I checked that on the app too. You know, silly me looking at the things that are provided to me. But thankfully, I'm frustrated with that. But thankfully, it worked out fine because the support was able to. I think I still got paid for the first order, as far as I know. I hope that person gets a refund because they didn't get any of the crap that they wanted. But the payout for the first one should still be there. The $3 adds it up. So like, mileage wise, it actually wasn't horrible. As horrible as it could have been if I got none of the money for it, obviously, because I had to drive about 10 miles for about $14. So not the best payout, but better than nothing. But it's annoying because I've only had good experiences at Walmart, and this is the Walmart that I go get my groceries from. So I think they messed up one order one time, but they gave my order to someone else, and then they gave me a free delivery. So like, it worked out fine. But like, it's annoying when these things happen because it was a 10-mile mistake. Maybe not exactly 10 miles, but I was in a different part of the city for this mistake. So it wasn't like I was driving 2 miles away from Walmart and it was like, oh, no problem, I'll just like circle back. And I even offered DoorDash to circle back and to get the items from the first address, and they told me not to because they don't have the record of it. Once you complete the order, then they don't have it anymore in their system, which I find it really interesting. As far as like a privacy thing, that seems like a good thing, but very annoying couple of minutes that I had. But thankfully, the McDonald's order that I had this morning was fantastic. So like, net profit wise, I'm doing pretty good on the day, but I think I'm gonna take a break, drink some coffee, hang out with the dogs, because I got another, like, as I started this video, I got another Walmart order because I was leaving Walmart, and I even if it was $100 for 2 miles, like, I don't think I want to do one right now. It probably would have been the same order that was messed up before. But yeah, it was interesting. But thankfully, driving and stuff has been really good. And if people are interested, I can go over specifics about how much I've made and miles and all that stuff. But that's stuff to get into the thick and weeds of it all. And for me, I think the stories of the weird orders and the weird things that happen are more interesting. But the first house had cats and stuff outside, and there was like little food bowls. So like, once I returned everything, I'm like, it makes perfect sense. And logically, I might have been able to have a better chance if I could see the items, but you don't always get to see those if it's requested by the merchant. There's like a cat outside the house, like 3 bowls, so like they're feeding cats outside. And I'm delivering a bunch of cat food, but obviously that was in my trunk, so I don't even get to see that. And then like, instead I'm delivering a blank cake and spray paint, and then this daycare is getting a bunch of cat food. So it's kind of hilarious. Um, so some random person's getting an ice cream, or I don't know if it was an ice cream cake or just a regular cake, but they're getting some sort of dessert with a bunch of spray paint, which is kind of hilarious because the one order, the only reason I was able to successfully get the one order returned is because the spray paint had to be signed off for, and the first house just got free spray paint without having to be signed out for. So hopefully they're an upworthy citizen and not going to do any illicit activities with the spray paint. But that's it's just a mess. But hopefully those people get their orders. I'm sure that they will, because it seems like DoorDash support's pretty decent with that kind of stuff. But oh, that was very interesting. About an hour I spent getting that all squared away, which would have been a great order, and I would have been really doing well. But now I gotta make a video about it because it was just interesting enough. But if you enjoyed this kind of content, the DoorDash story, maybe I can do more of these as hopefully I can never do another one of these because everything goes perfect. But inevitably, if I do this more, there's going to be more weird stuff or just things I could talk about if people are interested in that. So I know I mostly just post videos of my lists and stuff, and they're not as interesting as of late. Some of the strength stuff is, but snatches, I just continue to have the fun stuff with my shoulder not being that stable. But I'm slowly figuring that out, and I know this is not the topic of the video, but it's kind of just a little impingement that I'm trying to work through, and thankfully there's not a lot of pain associated with it. It's more of a mobility thing, but I think it's getting better, and I think it will continue to get better. Just continue to work on it. But anywho, so you want more of this content, let me know. If you don't, then don't let me know, and I won't worry about it. No sweat off my back. You know, I don't make money off YouTube, so whatever. But with that being said, I'll talk to you all in the next video. Or maybe I won't talk to you and you'll just see me lifting weights. But either way, you'll see another video at some point. But talk to you all later. Peace.